Greetings world, it's Rain Baljak here, NCP Scholar for 2024 in Taiwan, and I'm not in Taiwan at the moment. I'm in Adelaide, Australia. I've had to return because of my medical condition. I returned in September to collect my injections for my medical condition eczema, which is classified as a disability because it is a chronic condition and the medication I'm on is a biologic injection. Now, as a result of my return and also this series of adverse health events I've had this year from the 7 months I've lived in Taiwan, I've had to undergo some treatments, which has made me stay here for much longer than my initial request for medical suspension allowed. And as a result, my case manager told me it would be in the best interest of your health if you were to have the option of staying in Australia because you have completed all of the main components of your scholarship program. And so as a result of, everything that's happened this year, upper, lower respiratory tract infections, fungal skin infections, bacterial infections, just like, things gone out of whack that are unforeseen, unpredicted. These are things that have abruptly occurred while I've been abroad, and to spend most of my time in Taiwan in hospital 4 to 5 times a week is not an ideal existence. I was, quite miserable because of so many doctors sticking tubes down my body, trying to figure out what's going on with me. And then I'm on so many antifungal antibiotics. I'm on a lot of different medications. I was taking more than 12 different medications in a day. I even saw, traditional Chinese medicine doctor aside from Western medicine doctors, and I tried everything I possibly could to get my health in order, and it just wasn't working out. You're seeing me after everything where I'm much better, and even my psychological well-being is so much better because my physical health is now in check. And so after reconsidering my circumstances and my life plan, it's like, okay, this is not exactly what I wanted to do, but this is the circumstance that I'm faced with. And now I just have to, navigate this space that I'm in, this unplanned, abrupt return. And since returning, I've actually was just released out of hospital recently. I spent 5 days last week in hospital undergoing wet wrap treatment for the aftermath of some of the infections I had across my skin. And now, it's helped significantly, and I'm on some maintenance oral medication for this foreseeable future. I've had to look for a place to live, a more permanent place to live. Can't be sleeping on friends' sofas or staying at Airbnbs because it's so expensive. So I'm looking for a permanent place to live. And I've also been applying for jobs because I need to fund my life because I don't have this scholarship anymore. And this is just the circumstance that I've faced with. And, it's crazy how life unfolds the way it is, the way that it has for me, and what I've learned along the way. And so I'm the type of person who's normally a planner and everything goes exactly as planned. But what this experience has taught me is that, okay, sometimes things don't happen that way. And it's like, I have to be resourceful, think on my feet, act swiftly, but grace under pressure, maintain that poise, ladies and gentlemen. Because otherwise, if I didn't keep my cool and I would be panicking, then my goodness, I would be miserable right now. Imagine you're faced with adverse health events, you're in the hospital for 5 days of the week, but then also I got to do house inspections, I got to go into job interviews. The physical deformity I faced at the time also impacted my psychological well-being. And so I'm at a stage now where I'm kind of like, okay, there's a bit of balance here. I can kind of navigate this space a bit better. And also I'm eating a lot better now that I'm back here because things are just more accessible and easy for me to find. And I don't, have the worry of my allergens in the food anymore. So the that burden and that stressor has also been lifted off my plate, and it's just nice to be home. But I must also highlight that it makes me quite sad that I'm not there in Taiwan to continue the rest of my program, because I've made so many valuable connections, not just in Taiwan, but also in Japan, also in Singapore. And so to not be there to see that through also kind of breaks my heart. But, that's where the value of social media and email comes in, because it's allowed me to keep in touch with everyone. And if those opportunities can't be, if I can't undertake some of those opportunities now, that doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. So it's also like accepting that sometimes you try, things don't work out, okay, move on to something else. Sometimes things you can't do now, what if you save it for later? So, that's just how life is sometimes. And I think in our 20s, we're so excited, we're so, happy to engage in all of these different opportunities, but sometimes we just need to slow down and we kind of need to take a step back. And that's really what this experience has taught me. So I need to kind of like, cool down, stay calm, and kind of like, go slow for the rest of this year so that I can keep my health in check. And now that my physical health has returned, I'm also sleeping, because trust me, from February up to just last week, I've been a severe insomniac, and that's not fun to do when you're functioning not at optimal, capacity, but you're like in the middle of the day just passing out and you're snoring everywhere and you've missed your bus stop. You're just exhausted out of your mind, and caffeine won't even work because you're past that at such a restless, sleep deprived state. And so recently I did a sleep study so that I can also talk to a sleep doctor and discuss the data, address my sleep apnea, amongst other things, so that I can just, prioritize my health and my well-being, and also have strategies in place moving forward, so I just know how to take care of myself. And that's so important, not just if you're an individual with a disability or chronic condition, but if you're just someone existing. I think you're doing yourself, especially your future self, a service by taking care of yourself. And seeing your GP regularly, doing a sleep study, getting the right maintenance medication to make sure your health is in check, the proper nutrition, the proper sleeping pattern, getting lots of sunlight because my sleep's not regulated, so I'm like functioning and out during the day. And then also like your communities, your support systems, those are imperative for your overall health and well-being. So what I'm trying to get to in this video is like, sometimes you just got to ride the wave. And that's where I am at the moment. And I thought to just share this little life update, because I've got friends all over the world asking me like, oh, what's happened? I've got a cousin I was supposed to see in Asia. It's like, nope, sorry, I'm not going back anymore. And that's okay. Sometimes that's what happens. And so we just have to embrace that now. If you've got questions about the wet wraps, the eczema treatments, I might do that talk in another video to just share a bit more information, because I've got lots of questions on that. So stay tuned for that video, hit subscribe, and I really do hope I can be a bit more structured and consistent with these videos. But for now, I hope you take care, stay hydrated, sleep well, and get that sunshine. Ta for now.